window's stuck. Won't go down all the way, won't stay up, need a prop rod. Fixed. I know that was a quick fix, and it's actually, that's really how fast you can fix this if you know what you're doing. But I'm going to break it down step by step. There's one part that you really need to be careful of. It can be dangerous, especially with larger windows. But so stay tuned towards the end to see what can happen, just so you're aware. Also, you know, if this is the problem you're having where your windows won't close all the way, or when you put them up they slide back down, there's a good chance this is the problem and this is the fix for it. Okay, you're going to start by opening the sash. Now obviously if you have a problem, it may be hard to open it. And I'm going to recreate the problem so that we can see how to fix it. So basically, the way the problem happens most of the time, and this is something people who have vinyl windows should know, if you're going to tilt your windows in, do not try to tilt your windows in while the window is closed, while the bottom sash is all the way down. And because it's going to pivot the sash this way and pop the pins that are at the bottom of the sash, I'll show you them in a minute, out of the shoes. Okay, now let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a sash pin. And that's, see a little metal thing there, okay? And what that does is that sits in the shoe, which is right over here. Show you that. Now you see that shoe, it has that groove so that the pin can drop in. And what it does is, you see the opening is facing up right now. That's to allow, that's because I tilted the sash 90 degrees and then lifted. And because when you go 90 degrees, this opens up, you can lift it right out. Okay, so right now the sash is out, everything's fine. They're in the right position. They're facing up to allow the sash to be put back in. As I'll show you how we do that. Sash pins go into the frame here and just let the window weight fall down. Just tap a little bit, make sure the pins are in. And then my little trick is, as you're lifting this window, rotating the sash up, push down just a little bit. And you'll see when the shoes release, it starts to slide like that. That means you got it done right. Pop it in, you're done. So now we're going to recreate the problem that happens when you try to pop your sash out way low, or you mess around with your sash, you maybe twisted it when you're trying to take it out. We're going to recreate that problem and show you how to fix it. Okay, so we've recreated the issue. And what'll happen, depending on the window and how it was installed, there's really only one shoe connected now, and it's not enough to balance the sash. So what happens is, a lot of cases, the sash will actually fall without touching it like that. In my case, the one balance is just about enough to hold it there, but it makes it very heavy lifting it. And what'll happen, because our other shoe, the one shoe is stuck in the bottom, which often happens, it won't close. The window won't close, okay? And that's because the pivot is turned 90 degrees to the shoe opening. So we're going to show you how to fix it. So the first thing we want to do to fix this problem, as you can see the shoe is stuck down there, we want to take the sash out. And then we're going to try to align the two balances, or the two shoes I should say, so they're about approximately the same height. We'll take the sash out completely. See here, the one shoe is way down low. Okay. And the other shoe is oh, maybe 9 inches up in the bottom. So what I'm going to do is bring the low shoe to come up and match this shoe. And we're going to do it carefully because there is a lot of tension on that shoe. Okay? A lot of tension from the block and tackle up in here. I took the cover off so you can see what I'm talking about when I talk about the balance. Okay? So that nylon string goes into that balance, block and tackle, and there's a huge spring in here, and that's where this tension comes from. So now we want to be really careful because as we release the brake on the shoe, it's going to want to fly up. So we want to hold it, keep pressure on it as we move it to match the other side. So you're just using a regular screwdriver, put it into the opening, and we're going to turn 90 degrees clockwise. Now, 2 hands would be a good idea. Keep pressure on that guy. Now you bring it up to try to match the other side as close as possible. Just eyeball it, then turn it back 90 degrees. So just to show you another problem, sometimes this pivot pin here could be bent. I bent it on purpose. We're going to bend it back just by tapping it with a hammer a little bit. It's a pretty soft metal. That's it. And now we can put the sash back in. And we're done. Earlier I mentioned that the shoe is under a lot of tension because of the big spring in there. And I warned you to make sure you keep constant pressure on there. I'm going to show you real quick what happens if you don't. And it can be a little bit scary on a big window like this with a big spring. So really make sure you're holding onto that screwdriver with 2 hands when you're doing this, okay? Trying to show you. I'm going to turn it. Okay, hopefully that helps some people. If you have questions, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. There are, those shoes are only found on some windows. You're not going to find them on, let's say, vinyl replacement windows from the 1980s, for instance, or old Andersen windows. But you will find them on a lot of windows, and it can be an easy fix, as you see. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.